Of medial fusion of the 2 million gram accounts for 8% of the anomalies. In presenting this case, we are to discuss uterine diagnosis and prognosis in terms of reproductive performance and pregnancy outcome. G3, 29 years old, G3, P1, 1011, on her 37 weeks and 5 days of gestation, with active complaint of vaginal bleeding. Vaginal bleeding associated with occasional uterine hardening was experienced by the patient few hours prior to admission. Consult was made in her attending physician and was subsequently treated. Her first pregnancy was in 2012. During her first prenatal visit, 2 services were visualized on speculum examination. Uterine diadelphys was considered. A transvaginal ultrasound showed 2 hemiuteri. The superior located hemiuterus contained the pregnancy 6 weeks, single tone. Likewise, the other hemiuterus had a visualized endometrium. The pregnancy resulted in spontaneous abortion at 8 to 9 weeks EOG. The second pregnancy in 2013, the prenatal course was unremarkable. It reached term and was delivered by low transfer cesarean section. Intraoperatively, the following were found: 2 hemiuteri, a thick defining septum in the endometrial cavity extending from the fundus to the lower uterine segment of the uterus. The thin, frizzy, defining septum was also noted in between the 2 cervical canals. Immediately after pregnancy, prenatal check-up were regular, starting at 5 to 6 weeks EOG. Treated preterm labor was experienced at 31 weeks EOG and was managed accordingly. Pelvic examination was done. On inspection, she had normal external genitalia. Speculum examination revealed a thin longitudinal septum in the upper 2/3 of the vaginal canal. The right hemivaginal showed the right cervix was dark pink, smooth, and no erosion, with no bleeding. While on the left hemiuterine showed the left cervix to be dark pink and smooth, with minimal vaginal bleeding. On internal examination, the left cervix was soft, admissive, divided to the left, and the uterus was enlarged to EOG. Admitting diagnosis, she underwent repeat cesarean section with diaphragm publication. Intraoperative findings show 2 hemicorpora. The pregnant left hemiuterus was enlarged to EOG, while the non-pregnant hemiuterus was approximately 5 by 4 cm in size. The lower segment of left hemiuterus was contained in pregnancy, well-formed. A live baby boy was delivered. Final diagnosis. About 37 days after fertilization, the molar duct will appear lateral to each fallopian duct as investigation of dorsal phenomenon. At the point of origin, each of the mammalian ducts from a solid. As a solid bud elongate a lumen pierce in the cranial part beginning at each coelomic opening. The lumina extend gradually to the cauda flowing tip of the duct. The 5 Tumolean duct continue to grow in the midline and caudal direction until they eventually meet in the midline and become fused together in the uterogenital septum. A septum between the 2 Tumolean ducts gradually disappears, leaving a single uterocanal. The most cranial part of the mammalian duct remains separate, and from the fallopian tube, the caudal segment fused to form the uterus and part of the vagina. Complete failure of medial fusion of the 2 million ducts can result in complete duplication of the vagina, cervix, and uterus. Table of Butrak and Gibson show classification of uterine anomaly. All patients have 2 uterine corpora, cervixes, and vagina, and was classified in class 3, uterine diadelphys. Unobstructed uterine anomalies are length. In a variety of circumstances like of this case. Diagnosis might also be made from as of an abnormal uterine contour during pregnancy. Either the antepartum period or the time of abdominal or the vaginal delivery. The abnormal contour is caused by a combination of fetal malpresentation and an anomalous uterus. Sometimes, the diagnosis is made as an incidental laparoscopy. However, for diagnosis after hysterosalpingography, but with inaccurate result due to failure of produced both uterine hormone on either side of midline division and cannot totally distinguish between bicototal separate uterus. The use of 3D ultrasound for screening of congenital anomalies may overcome the limitation of conservative 2D ultrasound in providing the coronal view of uterine anomalies. A diadelphic uterus with two hemicorpora was easily diagnosed in our patient first prenatal checkup during her first pregnancy. The two cervices were found with the two separate vaginal canals. A transvaginal ultrasound showed two hemiuteri with the pregnancy in the hemiuterus superior. Two cervices were also found. During the surgery, the diagnosis of uterine diadelphys was confirmed by following intraoperative finding. Two hemiuteri and thick dividing septum with endometrial cavity extending from the fundus to the lower uterine segment of the diadelphys uterus. A thin, flaky dividing septum was also noted in between the two cervical canals. A complete investigation should also include an assessment of tubal patency and intravenous cardiogram, but was not done in our patient. The diadelphys uterus is the best prognosis for the success of pregnancy, as exemplified by the patient. The etiology of reproductive failure of patient with uterine anomaly defined unclear. Presented was a case of two-term pregnancy in a uterine diadelphys. In 29 years old, she was asymptomatic and had no problem with fertility. The diagnosis of an anomalous uterus was made when two cervices were found on internal examination during her first pregnancy, which resulted in spontaneous abortion and was confirmed during the intraoperative finding on her third pregnancy. A complete investigation should include an APP because variety of upper urinary tract anomaly usually exists with a uterine anomaly. There should always be a high index of suspension of the pregnancy